Dennis Prager of YouTube channel PragerU has a series on how the left and right are fundamentally different. In his video, he mentions that one of the key differences is how big the two sides think government should be. Prager begins by stating that according to the left, the government should be in charge of all education, all healthcare, and all business decisions. And that is true, but only from an extremist viewpoint. Saying that the mean stance of the left is that the government should entirely dictate these areas would be like saying that the right wants no government involvement, period, when even Prager himself mentions that certain programs are absolute necessities. He goes on to say that, to the left, there should be no power that competes with the government in an ideal society. The problem with this is that as Americans, we live in a Republican form of government, and all Republican forms of government have an inherent opponent: voters and the government itself. While the left believes that the government should be the most powerful force in society, they also believe that no one person in government should be that powerful, which we prevent using our system of checks and balances, and they believe in the power of the voter to kick out politicians who become corrupt. Prager says that the Republicans believe in limited government and absolute necessities, such as the military and helping the homeless. He fails to mention the right's belief that the government should prevent homosexuals from marrying, prevent transgendered individuals from using the restroom, and prevent marijuana usage, despite overwhelming evidence that it does less harm than tobacco smoking, which is legalized in the United States. He mentions the factual follies of liberalism. He says that the ever-expanding governments will eventually collapse those economies, comparing it to a Ponzi scheme. Linked is an article by the Washington Post listing Finland, Sweden, the Netherlands, and Germany all in the top 10 economies in the world. He says that given higher tax rates, society's producers will stop working or move. Linked is an article mentioning the over 90% tax rate in the United States for the highest earners in the 1950s. He says that as states give out more money, people will ask for more money, since no one has ever been offered free money and said, "No thank you, I have enough." Linked is a video in which people on the street are offered money and respond with, "No thank you, I have enough." He says that the 20th century was the most murderous century in recorded history, which he blamed on big governments. I have to imagine that he meant the atrocities such as the Holocaust, which was broken up by the governments of the United States, England, the Soviet Union, Canada, and Holland, just to name a few of our allied powers. He says that big companies have only limited ability to hurt you, while the government has, essentially unlimited, ways to do evil. Here are a few of the ways that companies can hurt you. They can pollute the environment, with polluted air being the cause of 5.5 million deaths a year according to the link below. They can sell products known for addiction and death. Tobacco kills 480,000 people a year. And they can make life-saving medicine cost too much. Turing Pharmaceuticals raised the price of a drug treating parasitic infection from $13.50 to $750. He also mentions that in the United States, people donate more to charity than outside of it. While that's true for lump sum, the United States ranked 19th in terms of giving as a percentage of GDP. They gave less per person than 5 European countries, and were ranked 6th in terms of helping others. While I would not argue that the United States is not a generous country, to say that liberalism destroys the moral character of a country is an equally outrageous claim.